Have you ever considered that a single bite of fish, yes, fish, could be quietly increasing your risk of a stroke without you ever realizing it? Imagine enjoying your favorite seafood dish, believing you're making a heart-healthy choice, only to discover it may be working against you. It's a jarring thought, isn't it? Now, I understand what you might be thinking. Fish is healthy, right? It's what doctors have always told us. Rich in omega-3s, beneficial for the brain, and light on the stomach. But what if I told you that isn't the entire story? For those of us over 60, our bodies process things differently than they once did. Certain types of fish, depending on how they are prepared, cooked, or even their species, can silently compromise our blood vessels, elevate our blood pressure, and heighten the risk of a stroke. This isn't just about fish, it's about the hidden dangers that might be sitting on your dinner plate. I'm going to guide you through the types of fish you may want to reconsider, especially if you're mindful of your cardiovascular health. If you're curious, perhaps a little concerned, or simply want to ensure you're making the best choices, stay with me. You might be surprised by what you learn. Before we begin, drop a quick 1 in the comments if fish is still a part of your weekly meals, or a 0 if you've already started to cut back. And don't forget to subscribe for more essential health wisdom, right here on Health 365. Let's start with a choice that often sounds both fancy and wholesome: smoked salmon. It's rich, flavorful, and frequently praised as a heart-friendly option. But here's the catch. Smoked salmon is laden with sodium. We're talking over 600 milligrams in just 2 ounces. For anyone monitoring their blood pressure, that's a third of the recommended daily limit, gone in just a few bites. Why does this matter? Because high sodium intake is a primary driver of high blood pressure, and high blood pressure is the #1 risk factor for stroke. It isn't just a number on a screen. It's the silent force building within your arteries, straining your heart and blood vessels until, potentially, something gives way. A study from the American Heart Association confirmed that even modest reductions in sodium could significantly lower stroke risk, particularly in adults over 60. This isn't theory. It's hard science backed by years of data. Yet, when we pick up that package of smoked salmon, this reality rarely crosses our minds. Now, imagine pairing that salty salmon with cream cheese on a bagel or a salted cracker. It adds up alarmingly fast. That seemingly innocent breakfast could be giving your arteries a morning they won't soon forget. So, what's the alternative? If you love salmon, opt for baked or grilled versions without the heavy salting. Season it with herbs, a squeeze of lemon juice, or a drizzle of olive oil. You'll still receive the omega-3 benefits, but without the hidden sodium bomb. Now, let's move to another fish that might be sneaking danger into your meals. Pickled herring. This one might evoke a sense of family tradition or an old-world delicacy. It's popular in many European dishes and often appears during holidays. But don't let its nostalgic charm deceive you. Pickled herring is one of the saltiest fish you can eat. Just 2 ounces can deliver over 700 milligrams of sodium. Again, nearly a third of your daily limit in a tiny portion. The pickling process isn't just for flavor, it's for preservation. And the primary preservative is salt, a great deal of it. The real issue is that many older adults enjoy these foods as part of a comforting routine, perhaps in a sandwich or a cold salad. But the hidden salt accumulates day after day, pushing blood pressure progressively higher and setting the stage for a stroke. Researchers from the Journal of Clinical Hypertension found that individuals who regularly consumed pickled or heavily salted foods were at a significantly higher risk for both hypertension and cardiovascular events. So here's a simple tip. If you enjoy herring, try fresh versions instead. Lightly grilled or baked herring still offers those heart-healthy fats without inundating your system with sodium. Next up is a fish that might seem perfectly fine until it hits the frying pan. Fried mackerel, or truly any fried fish. It's crispy, golden, and undeniably comforting. Perhaps it's a dish you've enjoyed at family gatherings or your favorite diner. But the moment fish is breaded and submerged in hot oil, it ceases to be heart-friendly. Frying, especially deep frying, introduces trans fats and harmful oxidized oils into your food. These fats are notorious for damaging the lining of your blood vessels. They promote the buildup of plaque, which narrows the arteries and creates an environment where clots can easily form, the prelude to a potential stroke. According to a study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, people who regularly ate fried fish had a 37% higher risk of stroke compared to those who ate it rarely. That's a substantial number. It's not just the fat, either. The breading often contains refined flours that spike inflammation, and when combined with reused frying oil, as many restaurants do, you have a dangerous combination working against your health. What's a better approach? Try mackerel grilled with olive oil and herbs. It remains rich and flavorful, keeping the healthy omega-3s intact. If you crave that crunch, an air fryer can provide the texture without the artery-clogging oil. Let's now examine a fish that might surprise you, not for how it's cooked, but for what's hidden inside. Swordfish. It's thick, meaty, and often served in upscale restaurants. But here is the concealed problem. Swordfish contains very high levels of mercury. Mercury is a heavy metal that your body can tolerate in small amounts, but swordfish is among the worst offenders. Both the FDA and EPA advise older adults to limit or even avoid swordfish entirely. Mercury accumulates in your body over time. It doesn't just vanish after one meal. This means if swordfish is a regular part of your seafood rotation, the risk quietly grows with every bite. Mercury can damage the nervous system and blood vessels, leading to increased oxidative stress. For those of us over 60, whose blood vessels are already more sensitive, this is a serious concern. A study in the Journal of Environmental Health linked higher mercury levels in older adults to poorer vascular function and a higher incidence of stroke. And the frightening part? Most people never connect the dots. The solution? Swap swordfish for safer, low-mercury options like wild-caught salmon or rainbow trout. You'll still get a hearty texture without the hidden toxin. Next, we dive into a fish often wrapped in newspaper and paired with fries. Fried cod, a cornerstone of the classic fish and chips. Now, cod itself is not the problem. When steamed or baked, it's a lean, healthy protein. But once deep-fried, everything changes. The real issue is the oil, which is often reheated and reused repeatedly. This process breaks the oil down, forming harmful compounds called free radicals that attack the walls of your blood vessels, causing inflammation and accelerating plaque buildup. A study in the British Medical Journal found that people who ate fried fish more than once a week had significantly higher levels of arterial plaque. And when you consider the heavy breading, which soaks up that oil like a sponge, the meal becomes a direct assault on your cardiovascular health. A simple swap? Bake your cod at home with a drizzle of olive oil, garlic, and paprika. What about those tiny, salty fish you see on pizzas or in Caesar salads? That's next. Anchovies. They might seem harmless due to their size, but don't be fooled. These little fish pack a massive sodium punch. Just 5 anchovy fillets can contain over 700 milligrams of sodium, nearly half of what most older adults should consume in an entire day. The danger lies in how easily they slip under the radar, mashed into dressings or blended into sauces. Sodium is a major factor in raising blood pressure, and a clinical study in the Stroke Journal found that reducing daily sodium intake by just 1,000 milligrams could lower stroke risk by up to 20% in older adults. Instead, try chopped olives or sun-dried tomatoes for a similar savory kick. Up next is a fish that sounds elegant, but may carry a heavy risk: sea bass. The Chilean variety, in particular, is rich, flaky, and a fixture on high-end menus. But behind its premium reputation lies a toxin: dangerously high levels of mercury. A long-term study in environmental research revealed that consistent consumption of high-mercury fish like sea bass was associated with a measurable decline in vascular function among older adults. It causes inflammation, oxidative stress, and a stiffening of the arteries. If you enjoy sea bass, it's best to limit it to a rare occasion. Or stick with safer, low-mercury options like sardines or flounder. We have one more fish on our list, and it may be the most common culprit of all. Haddock, a close cousin to cod, is just as popular in fish and chips. The problem, once again, is not the fish, but the frying. When haddock is deep-fried, it's coated in thick batter and dropped into oil that has often been reused until it becomes chemically unstable, forming toxic byproducts like aldehydes and trans fats. These compounds travel through your bloodstream, damaging the lining of your arteries. A 2020 study in the Journal of the American Heart Association found a direct link between regular consumption of fried foods and a higher risk of stroke, particularly among adults over 65. The more they ate, the higher the risk climbed. How can you enjoy haddock safely? Bake it with a light panko crust for crunch, or poach it in a flavorful broth. So there you have it. Sometimes it's not the fish itself, but how we prepare it that makes all the difference. A few small changes in your kitchen can protect your heart, lower your stroke risk, and help you stay healthy for the moments that truly matter. It is never too late to make better choices. You deserve meals that nourish you, not harm you. If this has helped you see your plate a little differently, consider liking this video, leaving a comment, or sharing it with someone you care about. And don't forget to subscribe to Health 365, where your well-being is our mission. Stay safe, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next one.